Well, good morning. Tony Virtue speaking, Virtue and Partners with our regular monthly update. Trying to coordinate this with interest rate rises, and we lifted our rates by 25 basis points on Melbourne Cup Day. The Americans overnight have gone 75 basis points, and quite a lot of jawboning going on over there. I think the concern for me now is just how accurate is the data they're working off while calculating, if I can say, what is true inflation. It seems pretty self-evident to me that there are a number of one-off items, not least the Ukraine situation. And these are supply-based problems. And what I mean by that is you can lift interest rates as much as you like. You know, if you haven't got your supply side working, you're still going to have price rises there. I've just returned from Japan, and those of you following my hockey exploits, we did get the gold medal. My point being is that this is the first time in 3 years that I've been overseas, and you can still see there are major problems getting in and out of this country. There is a danger of an almost self-induced coma here by lifting interest rates too hard in a way that won't actually help anything. The US next week has their elections. Midterm elections, so that may affect things politically. Meanwhile, over in Britain, they've got a lot of work to do to get their economy back on track. So, you know, on balance, I think this is just going to be a case of just being careful. But markets can and do react quickly. And as you can see in the notes, October, which traditionally has been a pretty dodgy month for equities, actually had its best month in 40 years. Can you believe that? So there is a bit of mean reversion going on, and just the risk of trying to be in and out of markets and listening to too much sort of bad news. There is a lot of jawboning going on, both in the media and via regulators trying to almost talk down the economy. We almost saw that with the first of the Labour budgets just 2 weeks ago. And again, yeah, things are far, far better than you would believe by listening to some of the talk there. So Australia is still well placed. The income you're getting from your portfolios is actually going up. The danger now becomes if interest rates become too high, then there is the risk of default, and that will throw the economy into an unnecessary recession. So where to from here? Really, we need a period of consolidation, and you know, there may or may not be another 25 basis points rise in December. They won't meet in January. That pushes us to February. Then we should have a better read as to what the true risk-free rate is. In the meantime, for retirees, it does mean that we are getting yields in the 5–6% now, which are guaranteed. First time in a decade we've had that opportunity. So for some, this is actually good news. For others, with mortgages, obviously, that is going to reduce people's borrowing capacity, spending more money on interest payments. They can't spend that on discretionary investments. Looking to the bond markets going forward, you know, interest rates may in fact be coming down in 12 months' time. So we've just got to have a short, sharp shock to try to get things back under control. We are to some extent beholden on global markets. If the US lifts its rates more than we do, well, that impacts on the value of the Australian dollar. On more mundane matters, as we approach Christmas, we've got the Christmas functions coming on. We're working normally now, both via Zoom, but also face-to-face. And it's just good to see people again in the flesh, so to speak. Enough for me for this month. Tony Virtue, when experience pays.